And in post.
All right, recording.
Oh, there goes our freedom.
Is it
There goes our
record?
fan.
Are we recording?
There goes our fan.
We
Alright.
are recording.
Oh, we are recording. Oh my god. Okay. Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Cameron Thorpe, and you're listening to No Names, No Places, No Input.
Nope.
It's
No fan,
Friday, May 25th, 2018, and we are located in
No,
Baullingston.
No, that's not
a game.
Do not do not do that.
That's the game,
No, it's not.
everybody.
Let's just
Welcome
bleep
to
that
our
whole part.
podcast.
Yeah, just
No Names, No Places.
redacted.
Let's just bleep the whole part with us saying bleep that whole part.
Sounds good.
Just
Not-
start
well,
it right there.
not the whole part, just a little bit of the part there. My name's Cameron Thorpe, and I am joined by Kevin Reus,
Hello.
Joseph Chiappetta,
That's fine.
and Vincent DiVizio.
Who?
Everyone.
New subscriber. Who's that little schmuck?
Oh, got a new subscriber on our channel.
And just so you know, this podcast is currently airing on the new and improved No Names, No Places YouTube channel, brought to you by Red Curtain Entertainment.
And I'd just like to take this moment to congratulate our 4th subscriber on this channel, which is Joseph Chiappetta.
Yeah, and did I subscribe to this channel? I
No,
don't
you
know.
are not subscribed
I
to this
think,
channel.
I think I
Wow.
should probably
Wow.
do that. I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the one
Ouch.
who made the new. Didn't you make? The
I
new?
was the one that actually started setting this up, so
Yeah.
I'm
Right.
pretty
Come
sure
on, Cam.
I should probably get the fuck on it.
Oh no, I forgot to use my
Um,
coaster.
Look what
Yeah,
you
we gotta-
did.
Unacceptable.
Use
To
your
our-
coasters.
Our non-fancy
Our
table.
foldable table.
And so I've been given the power for this episode, so I want to pose a question to the group.
What's the question?
And this question comes from a conversation that Vincent and I just recently started, and it's about hair.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about a little bit. We got a little bit political in the last episode. We talked about transit. We talked about Kim Jong-un and Donald Trump. And now I think we're gonna twist the tables and talk a little bit about hair.
Going personal with
Twist the tables.
Now I don't know about you guys, but I've
You're
been given a lot of
You've
hair.
been blessed.
I've been blessed
There you are.
with a ton of hair on my body. And I don't know. Is that, what do you guys think? Is that like a? It's also, there's also like a cultural thing, like the way that we view hair on the body. Whether it be male or female, and where the hair is and how
Yep.
long the hair is. I mean, this is not a visual medium, so just so you guys know, kind of like.
Thank
you know,
God.
I think Joseph. Thank God. I know. I got the face for radio here.
No,
Uh,
not that. Yeah.
Joseph's got the most hair on his head, so I guess
That's true.
Well, you don't want to
Let's,
see
uh,
the other places.
let's start with you. Let's start with you. Like what's your daily routine with the mane that you've got?
What do you mean?
going on?
Well, I shower when I do.
Okay.
I use my own shampoo, and I
Nice.
steal my sister's conditioner
Yeah.
Beautiful.
every time.
Is
Never
it a lot
fails.
of maintenance? Like, do you have like a lot of?
When it starts to get long, you actually do start to feel like it's fucking tedious, fucking.
Right.
Mm.
Right.
But it doesn't really bother me. You get used to it. Like the nicest thing is when you get it cut and you go in that shower and you're just like, oh my god, there's less because I delayer it because it's very layered and like thick.
Interesting.
So what she uses this weird tool where it's scissors, but it's not like it doesn't cut straight through.
Yeah.
It kind of like cuts a little bit of hair in the layers out, and then she just combs out whatever kind of got cut type of thing.
Huh.
Right.
Never
Anyways.
seen those. That's
It's weird the way they're weird.
okay.
Interesting.
So
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean-
never heard of these scissors.
Yeah, me
They've
too.
never broken them out for me.
Yeah.
so-
Yeah.
And
Um,
I'm not so because I have long hair. I know like a lot of people style their hair. I don't. I just comb it and I'm good to go.
Do
But
you?
it looks great.
Yeah.
I love it
It
this
looks
way.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how I've known. This is
Oh,
how I've
yeah.
known
Exactly.
you ever
Right.
since we met, and so that's kind of how you know Joseph. But
Yeah.
you said get a cut, but do you ever cut your own hair? Like I know a couple people
No.
who cut their own hair just
No, I don't.
simply to save money sometimes, but other times just because
To
out of
simply save money.
convenience, just
I guess I
simply.
could start doing it, but it's like where do I start, right? Like I've like never cut in hair,
Right.
and I just feel like I get kind of confused in the mirror, like
Oh, with like
with like the
Depth.
with depth. Yeah,
absolutely.
'cause
I'm with you there.
there's been times where I don't know. I think it's with shaving.
Okay.
Maybe not with shaving's a little bit more easy because it's on your face. But I think I was trying to cut like a piece of hair or something. I don't remember what I was trying
Yeah.
to do, but it was like I was trying to like find out
Yeah.
where I had to move my hand, and looking at the mirror, I like moved it a certain way. And I'm like, no, that's the wrong way. So, like,
Yeah,
I don't think I can do that.
Everything's all turned around for me too.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't have a lot of hair, but whenever I am looking in the mirror, I do I'm kind of like, what the fuck's going on in my head
Right.
there? Like, it's just kind of, you move your hand one way and it's like, oh shit, that's the other way or whatever. And it's just kind of awkward kind of in the mirror there.
Right.
But, yeah, no, I definitely don't cut my own hair. My shower, excuse me. My showering experience is very fucking simple. Like, I know it sounds like I'm bragging, but it's just the reality of the situation is.
Oh yeah.
The reality of the situation is, I step in the shower, I step out, and I don't have to dry it.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's
Like,
pretty nice.
you know what I mean? Like,
Can't
it's
do
a
that.
once over with the towel, and that's it. Like, there's
Alright.
there's no tedious drying. But
That
where I get kind of jabbed is the feeling that I get when my hair gets longer. Like right now, like I'm getting a haircut tomorrow morning.
Oh,
so
yeah,
right
yeah.
now my hair is
As
it's
long
not-
as they'll get.
it's not long, but it's as long as I would like it to be.
Right.
Right.
Like Kevin remembers what my hair looked like when we were in Japan, and that was just annoying. Like
it was
I
longer.
hate the feeling of long hair, especially when you've got hair that just turns into a porcupine and just goes like out and boxy.
We never had hair that goes down.
No, I've never had hair that goes. I can't.
Fascinating.
My hair cannot go down.
I've
It
never
just
seen
floats
you-
out to the side.
Right.
Yeah.
With longer hair. As long as I've known you, it's always been short.
It's
Yeah.
But that's the thing. It's like even if I had hair like that too, I would probably have.
I had my
short.
hair like that last fall. And
Right.
it was just so nice, yeah, like you were saying, it's just so easy to wash, and you just walk out and it dries out. So
just
like,
dry.
so
Right.
easy,
Yeah. Simple.
But then, yeah, when your hair starts growing, like you start feeling it, and it's like on your sides, like, oh damn, or you're putting a hat on, and you're like,
Yeah,
hat.
I don't
Yeah.
wear caps
The
because
hat.
it just looks awkward. Because my hair is, like I said, it's very thick. It's squished in at the top because of the cap, and then really
Oh,
poofy
yeah.
at the side.
Oh,
So
gotcha.
I look really weird. So I don't. Plus, with all the hair, it's just kind of uncomfortable in general for me.
Yeah.
For me.
It's understandable. How about you, Kev?
What?
How's that go?
oh, the hair?
The hair routine.
Oh, well, just recently, as you may notice, I've been growing it. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Where
it's
you
mostly
heading
on
with
the
that?
top though. Oh, it's on the top and then shave the sides. Kind of
Okay.
thing.
Very nice.
Yeah, I know it's different hairstyles, so
Yeah,
I
why
thought
not?
I'd give it a try. Also, like I didn't have to worry about it because then I needed to had to let my hair grow. And in Japan, so I didn't have to cut my hair when I was there.
oh, so
I did get a haircut though, near the end of it, because we were taking photos and stuff like that. So
sure. Right. So you
a
got it.
simple
Gotta
haircut,
look good.
But easy maintenance otherwise?
yeah, it's
even
pretty easy. Yeah,
When you're growing it out now, it's getting longer.
yeah.
You're finding
I feel like the most annoying part of the sides. So
Yeah.
if I keep that cut, then I'm fine with that.
No,
And
it's not
top,
bad.
top part's fine. I just started noticing that I can get my hair in my eyesight, but
getting there.
yeah, I mean it does sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, I can see my hair because I'm so usually I had been cutting my hair for so short for like the longest.
Yeah,
time.
no. Again,
So-
another person I've seen with very short hair for a long time. but
Yeah,
I've seen
so-
you with long hair too.
Yeah, like in elementary school.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
but-
Like long time ago.
Yeah.
But I'm
So
much
did you
into the-
say? Sorry, Vinny.
No,
Did you say that you had to get your hair cut in Japan?
Yeah, I got my hair cut in Japan.
So what was that? I really want to know what that experience was like getting your hair cut in Japan. Was it the first time you got your hair cut in Japan?
No.
Or-
The thing is, I always, when I was little, I always got a haircut in Japan.
Right.
Oh,
And then when I'm
yeah, that's a
here,
great
then
point.
my mom would cut my hair.
I
It's
see.
weird. Like
'Cause
I've only been in the barbershop in Japan.
what's interesting to me is just like
really?
Yeah.
it's the
I've
small.
never been to a barbershop here.
I had no idea.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's
Seriously?
weird.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I don't know where to go.
It's just okay.
Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got my hair cut. So I've been getting my hair cut here ever since I was a kid. Like
Yeah.
I've been going to the same barber. I've been going to
Same.
the same haircut,
Mm-hmm.
same hair place
Good guy.
since
Yeah.
I was one. Since I got my first haircut.
Yeah.
And I've stuck with the same barber. Now there was a thing that happened that, she had to leave her initial business and get another job elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I moved with her though. Like I now go to a
Yeah.
different, but
Yeah.
I've never. So it's always been her to cut my hair.
Okay.
And then there's one time I cheated on her, but that was like
We don't talk about
God.
I
that.
was,
Yeah,
we don't
oh
talk
no.
about. I was in Baullingston for my hair was growing for 8 weeks. I was done. But
You were
then
where?
but then I went to France for my
Oh,
I went to
Baullingston.
France for my my cousin's wedding,
Mhm.
and it was so fascinating getting my hair cut in a barber in France.
Really?
Oh.
When you walk in and it's like the whole Japan thing, like the whole professionalism thing. It's a whole new level of cutting hair. Like, and it might just have been that it was an expensive haircut, number one. So it might just have been that barber.
Sure.
Yeah.
But she takes you and she'll put you in the sink. She'll wash your hair. right? Then it'll be like an extravagant kind of, be like 2 or 3 people attending to you, and it's just like, it was
How
nuts.
much did you pay
It
for
was
this?
like,
Wow.
this is too much,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm not every day.
It's pleasurable in more ways than one.
Pleasurable in one way. Exactly. You got women touching your hair and oh my god, it's
oh
great.
my god.
It's like that Axe commercial.
Yeah.
So they wash your hair, then they cut your hair, and my hair looked fantastic.
Oh.
And it was for a wedding, so it was a more expensive special kind of,
Oh, okay,
kind of
that's
haircut.
Sure.
And then she washes it again to get the hair out, and it's just
Right.
it's like the treatment. Like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
haircut, like it lasted like an hour, and I was like,
Holy
my
shit.
God.
I want to do that again. That was good.
Yeah.
It was a
It's
good
but
time.
it was just nuts. Like, getting a haircut in different places, it's
Yeah,
sort
well,
of
it must
like
have
one of
been
those. It's one of those things. Like, you let us know in the comment section below what it's like to get your haircut
At your local mall.
at your local mall. And it's always the places that are not, that are not the chains. Like, you gotta go somewhere
Local's
that's
always
gonna-
good.
Local,
Yeah.
Local, yeah.
Food.
local-
I agree.
Yeah.
Service.
Services, yeah.
No, I've
Right.
been going to the same guy 21 years now.
Yeah.
Exact
Wow.
same dude. I walk in.
Yeah.
Italian guy. So now
Yeah,
he's
me
an older
too.
no who
Yeah.
walks in. He's like, Vincent. And
Oh.
then I say his name here, but I'm not going to.
Yeah.
But no, it's such a great feeling having shorter hair. I
Yeah.
gotta agree.
Yeah,
'cause-
yeah.
And they know exactly what you want. Like, you've been going for
Yeah.
21 years.
Mhm.
No, oh my god, it's
That's
the best
it.
part. I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, name, the usual," and he's like, "Yeah, I got you."
Yeah.
I don't even know what my haircut's called.
Yeah.
I just go to him. And I'm like, "The usual?
That
Yeah,
must
the
be nice,
usual."
yeah.
It
was
was crazy.
It was a shock when I walked into a First Choice. I don't know if I can say First Choice here.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't know.
They have
It was
commercials.
a
Yeah,
shock.
exactly.
It was a shock when I walked into First Choice, because the way that you pick the style of haircut is as a board.
Oh.
That's
It's-
weird. Yeah.
That is
It's a
weird.
board,
so-
and it's like, what do you want your hair to look most like? And
That's
it's like,
so cookie
it
cutter.
was like, I don't know if it's that one or that one.
Because,
but,
like, what.
I don't
Rated
know.
character.
So I
When
just said to her, short. Like, just
Yeah,
cut it
yeah.
shorter. Like, don't
Exactly.
fuck with me. Just do it.
It's like when I go to mine, like,
know?
I usually have a set of instructions. I say, like, it's usually. Basically, it's the same now as always, but it's just like pretty much when we're just kind of figuring out what I want to do with my hair. It's like,
yeah.
I'd say like like 3 inches off the bottom, or like up to my chin, sort of thing.
Type of thing.
Keep the top long, so that because I like to have my bang to go around my ear, so
Mhm.
that's not in front of my face. Because if it's shorter, I've noticed like a couple times you cut shorter, that it would just fall in front of my face, and there's no place for it to place itself.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I'd also be like, okay, and also delayer it type of thing,
Okay.
right?
Mhm.
So it's like that sort of thing, but it's like there's no cookie cutter description of that. Where if you're gonna show me a board, I can't tell you to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so. It was.
Mhm.
And there was 2 on the board that looked similar, and I was like, I don't know which one it is. Like, and I pointed at the one, and then she starts cutting, and I'm like, no, that's not it. So I told her, stop. All right, that one. She was just like, oh my god.
Yeah. Well, I had to show photos for my haircut, like when I was in Japan.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like-
interesting.
Cause I don't know. I had my mom talk to him. Like,
It's like I normally cut it like this and do that there.
yeah. Well, it's like more like because I never had this haircut before, so
Sure.
it's like
Right.
Something I had to
Right.
search up and I had to show him, and it's like, okay, well, yeah, we could do that. And I'm like, and then
Neat.
it's like,
Yeah.
It's a good little change. Like, it
yeah.
looks.
It was
looks
pretty.
good.
Yeah, no. When I first saw Cameron, he's like, "Oh man, you needed a haircut." Right when I came back from Japan after I got a haircut.
Yeah, I didn't know it was a style. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. You're
No,
trying.
because I always had
something new.
short hair before.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah.
But no. Now that I know that you're trying something, it's like, keep trying
Yeah,
it.
I mean,
Keep
so
working
try
it.
something new, right?
Try something new. Exactly.
One thing I hate, I don't know how fast your guys' hair grows.
Yeah.
Fast enough.
Oh,
Too fast.
mine. Yeah, like
Like
1 month, and it's like. I need a
Yeah,
new
1
haircut.
month and whatever cut I had is
Mhm.
gone.
Yeah.
And then I'm
Shit.
like, all right, now I got to deal with this new style.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
It's like, oh, Lord.
Yeah,
it's
4 to
so bad.
5. 4 to 5 weeks generally for me. After 4 to 5 weeks, it's like, okay. First of all, the short haircut that you know and love is gone.
Yeah, it's
Oh yeah.
And
right.
now it's just gonna start getting annoying. in the
even now.
feeling
I
of
don't
it.
know when I got mine cut, but it's already longer.
Right.
It was,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
right.
Yeah.
man, I gotta style it differently.
I don't know anything. I need hair. I haven't cut my hair since I came back from Japan. So beginning
Mhm.
of April.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
So
like, damn.
I went 2 weeks ago.
Oh really? Oh man.
It was the shortest camera.
But yeah, I usually cut my hair after 1
See,
month.
I'm
It's
going.
ridiculous.
I feel like I don't know. I'm going tomorrow. I don't know why. I don't know. I guess I'm getting to a place where I kind of need it.
I mean, yeah,
whatever.
you've had it worse.
I've had it worse. You've seen it. I've
yeah.
definitely had it worse. I've definitely had it worse.
Now,
But you know the place so the hair on my body that annoys me the most is the hair on my legs.
yeah.
All right, I'm kind of one of those people, you know, who's got, you know, it's not disgusting, but it's like there's a lot of hair on my legs,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
you know, and there's this whole, you know, there's this whole body image, social, political, you know, thing that we're supposed to conform to. It's like, oh, okay, you're, you know, in order to be sexy, you gotta have a bare chest and a bare leg and whatever. And
You can hear that.
What was
No,
that?
that
it's
was his
just like-
hands.
Those
I-
are my hands. They're really sweaty. So
I'm
super
like,
hot here.
I thought it was a fly going.
yeah, I'm looking for the fly too. It's like-
Oh,
but
sorry.
it's just like
A bear, as in like clean shaven.
we're
Yeah.
talking clean shaven.
Oh yeah, fuck
like,
that.
Oh,
I can't do
Fuck
that.
that. Real men have hair.
Well,
I want to pull
see,
up my chest and be like, ah.
that's the one thing. That's the one thing. But the second thing is like, if you cut it, isn't it goddamn itchy? Like, wouldn't it just?
Okay,
No.
so here's
if
what
you
I learned,
trim
and I learned this by shaving.
If you trim your chest, wouldn't it just be annoying?
You have to go with and against the grime, just like when you shave your face. That's what I
Yeah.
learned. It's like you don't notice until like you've shaven like let's I don't know. Until like
a body
it's
part.
yeah. Cuz like on your face you don't wear clothing on your face, right?
Yeah, I know. It's wherever clothing touches.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know about you, but like
'Cause
any
it's
part that clothing touches, I have less hair. Like you can see.
Yeah.
Like, noticeably less hair.
No, noticeably with me too. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's naturally
Yeah.
irritating, so it just doesn't grow there.
Right.
So yeah, when
But-
it grows back, it's bad.
I'm going to ruin this entire conversation. The worst hair I have is on my ass. Okay.
Oh.
You know
Oh,
what?
you know
I'm
what?
sorry, swamp
It's-
ass fucking sucks.
It's part of the conversation.
You know what?
I hate it. It's the worst thing. You just come back and then you're working real hard. You're playing a sport, whatever it is, and you're just like, fuck, bro. That's the most uncomfortable feeling in the world.
You know what? I didn't want to go there, but I completely agree. You know that. Thank you so much for taking it to this place because
I'm gonna be the one person to do it.
If you wouldn't, if you
yeah.
didn't do it, I wouldn't have done it. So, you know what? But yeah, I totally agree. You know, having the fuck, it's just annoying.
Just
you
hair,
know?
hair everywhere. It's
It's
not.
frustrating.
My sister's
everywhere.
boyfriend calls it the hairy Italian creek
They're-
because it's a fucking creek, is what it is.
yeah,
Scary.
But anyways, that's enough of my
Scary.
humor. That's
Scary
enough of my
stuff.
humor.
yeah.
It's a horror story. You can write a Goosebumps book on that.
You know.
I think you just did. I think you just did. All right. An audio book is coming out in December 2018. Everybody, we
Sponsored
got
by an audiobook.
sponsored by
Sponsored
by
Red
an
Curtain
audiobook coming
Entertainment. We got
It's confirmed coming up by me.
the Italian Crick by.
audibles?
So, the last piece of hair we'll talk about
Yeah.
as we're wrapping up the conversation. The one that takes the most time to groom, the face,
Oh yeah.
and how
And-
popular it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it. So I don't know about you, but nearly every other day,
Yeah.
like doing some kind of trimming.
Yeah.
I got the clippers. I got whatever, all these kinds of tools going on, and I got these oils and palms, and I'm looking at this
Yeah.
collection and thinking, when did this happen?
Yeah.
Like, how did it ever get to this point?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy,
And you're so particular with it too.
right?
It's like it's that one little and I don't know, like right now I've gone like a couple of days, so I gotta at least do it tonight or tomorrow morning.
Right.
But it's that one strand of hair that you can see that you want to just get rid
And it's
of,
out of place. You can't
and it's
grab
out of
it.
place, and you just like, nope,
So
you know.
for you, that's a couple of days, like with
This-
the top and
so,
the bottom.
Like you know, I always have facial hair, but when I trim all the way down to nice and clean and no neck anything,
Right.
Oh yeah.
right? That would have been 5 days ago or so, 4 or 5 days ago. So I can get
That's 5 days.
fucking hell. I can get really kind of scruffy and whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Pretty
crazy.
quick. Like it's pretty crazy.
Super jealous.
Yeah.
That's 5 days.
It's yeah.
This is one.
Well,
Like,
it looks good.
But like,
Your face is pretty great. So
this is one, and it's irritating
Facial
me.
hair
Like
is pretty
Oh, man.
great.
before I walked out of the house, because I took a shower before coming here, just after work,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I need to shave, and I looked at the time, I'm like, I don't have time to trim this. Like I just straight up don't, because it takes 15 minutes just to
Yeah.
clean everything up
Yeah.
perfectly, and it's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
annoying. So having it like every other day, it's really bad. Yeah, go.
You
Sorry.
gotta imagine. I used to have. My mom got me a. What's it called?
Like
Like a razor. Not
Oh,
a
a
razor.
razor.
The electric one.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
But
right.
it's a trimmer. It's not a cutter.
Yeah.
But I remember when it grew really long, to do just with the manual shaver was the longest thing to cut it all off.
Oh.
Because I remember I'd grown it for a long time, like straight, not even not what's it called, like not trimming or anything, just straight grow
Sure.
for like a couple months straight.
Mhm.
And then I had a job interview, and I'm like, okay, it's time to get rid of this whole thing. I was just there in the bathroom for like an hour, just fucking over and over.
You
and
have to
over.
like
And then like
cut it all the way down and then shave it.
Yeah, so that's why
Yeah.
like it's a beauty to have this trimmer now, because I'll just pretty much trim it all off, and then it's because it's a trimmer, it doesn't do like fine cutting.
Mhm.
That the rest I do with the razor.
Okay.
But there was a time where I was trying to trim a little, like it got too thick, so I wanted to even it, like, because there's these little these plastic attachments that go on. I know this is boring, but there's these little plastic attachments that pretty much just like for a certain length they won't cut past.
Mhm.
But I accidentally I guess I underestimated the power of it, and I went. I
Mm.
looked. I'm like, fuck, I cut too much.
No, I know.
So I had to get rid of all of
That's
it.
a nightmare every time you go in. Like you put on your little safeguards and you set it to the right length, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
let's hope this doesn't mess up while you're going up and down your face, because if it does, that's it. The
Yep.
whole thing's got to go to that level now.
Yep.
Oh man.
Never had it happen, but
Because you look
one
in the
day it
mi-
will.
you look in the mirror and you're like, can I play this off?
No.
And you're just like, everybody's gonna notice.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Yeah.
gonna notice.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's one of those things where it's like, you might think everybody's gonna notice, but really, is it that big of a? Sometimes it's not that. Sometimes it's just that one little thing that's
Mhm.
sort of you're obsessive compulsive about, and it's like you just gotta forget about it. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, my my shaving routine is I guess pretty standard, really. I don't know, like I have a trimmer, so I go I don't know, out of one or two or whatever it is, like
Mhm.
I trim it, and then I'll shave the neck so it's clean, and
Yeah.
the cheek above the actual beard line will get trimmed so that's clean, and then I go underneath, and I'll actually make sure that the line
Yeah, you draw the line.
you draw
Yeah.
the line
The
so that it looks even.
Yeah.
Draw a
The line
line?
is the
Right.
hardest part.
What do you mean
The
draw
line
a
is
line?
the thing that takes the longest time to actually get.
So
There's
Starting
for normal humans,
Yeah. No.
you normally follow like the jaw.
Yeah.
So and it depends, like if you want to get to the bottom of the jaw, or if you
Mhm.
want like a bit of the neck, or
Yeah.
you want none of that, like kind of.
Yeah.
He follows
I went to the
exactly. He follows the bone.
Okay. Yeah.
Cameron goes a little bit further down from the bone, so he rounds it out.
Okay.
I just
Ah.
take the whole jaw,
Just it's the jaw. Yeah.
mainly because I can't draw here because half my jaw's dislocated.
Oh, okay.
So if I were to, it's
Yeah.
lopsided.
Oh.
So I just mask it all. I'm like,
Well, the
Just
reason
cover
I
it.
cut
No,
it
no,
down
no.
to here is because there's a little part of like right here, hair doesn't grow.
Oh.
So if
Yeah.
I let it grow there and cut it off, let's say a little bit further down, if I ever lift my head up, or even if you just look at a certain angle, you'll see just the missing hair.
Nice.
what's
I
weird?
hate it.
I had the exact same thing in the exact same spot, and then
It just started growing.
yeah, I just let it grow, and then I think I checked the beginning of this year. I'm like, where'd it go? It's just gone. It's so crazy.
So
Oh,
we've
man.
been
I never
talking
understood
about
it.
hair for 25 minutes.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get to
I have
something
nothing
interesting.
to
eh?
add to this matter.
What a
But Kevin,
Yeah.
Kevin, you got
The
a
cleanest boy
pristine
around.
face. You got a clean face.
Yeah. Well, I still
Clean
have to
arms.
shave, but
You still have to shave.
yeah, I still have. I mean, I haven't shaved in 2 days, and this is what it's like. But I have to.
Right.
Have to shave, or else it's
So
just.
where are we
lucky
at
man.
in the
Disastrous.
podcast? Are we like, what are we? 25?
We are currently at 25 minutes into this
Oh,
podcast.
holy
so
shit! Seriously, I just
yeah.
said 20.
We talked for 25 minutes about hair.
Hey.
about hair. Well, what about you? So I
was
want to hear
interesting
from
to
you.
me.
what do you want? What do you
I
want?
want to hear from you. So
Yeah. I mean, this is interesting. Let's hear about because like, I don't
do you
know.
ever think about having a beard or wanting a beard? Like, I don't know how
Well, of
likely
course,
that
but
is
I
going to
mean,
be,
like,
with your face.
Because
but-
you say like, oh, I should just leave it for like, see how long like I can
See.
leave it for, right?
Just like prove what you can grow.
Yeah.
Kind of. Yeah.
I only done it for a week, and I'm like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
week or 2 weeks or something like that. I'm like, no, I can't do that.
That should be
Because
that
it's
should
like
be
it's very like spotty, right?
Yeah.
So,
right. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
That should be the opening of the podcast. We've been doing it for a week, and
Mhm.
I'm not doing this. And then you cut the music, and then it comes
That'd be
into my
perfect.
voice.
That's
Yeah.
perfect. I like that.
But yeah,
That's
it's
the
only,
opening of the
only on
podcast.
the chin and above the mouth. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see. That's the thing. Is like I've always wanted like a fucking wizard beard, but the problem is like you got that awkward stage in between before you can get to wizard where it just looks like shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
So
And then
it'll
some
take a while to
people-
get there.
Some
Wizard
people like for me, it'll get to a point where, like, it's in between the point of being decent, and not wizard, but like there's
Tameably long.
tameably long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point in between
It's
is
awful.
like pubic hair.
You
It's
can't
like,
do
that's
it.
Yeah,
disgusting.
literally,
Oh,
it
yeah.
really is.
You know what
No,
I mean?
yeah, it's all over the place.
It's like you don't want to go outside. You don't want to go outside.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had my hair to that point at one point, and like looking back, I'm like, God damn, fucking, you should have like trimmed it,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like taken care of it, like groom it. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
And I know people who have amazing beards. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
just like, first of all, I couldn't pull that off, and second of all, what I got going works fine.
Yeah.
You
It's
know what I
Yeah.
mean?
good enough.
Yeah.
It's
That's it.
I don't dream of like a big ass fucking braidable like
No.
Oh, nice
beard.
beard. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but you got a
But-
nice beard. Yeah, you guys all have a nice beard.
Thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, you're right.
wow, thanks, Kev.
You have a beautiful beard too.
Yeah.
Imaginary one. Yeah.
So with that, no
Imagine.
names, no places, no input.
What's
Is
no input?
I don't know. It
Where
came
does
from
no-
the teaser.
Oh.
So no names, no places is
say it.
a podcast
Yeah.
brought to you by Red Curtain Entertainment, and we are currently in the Red Curtain Entertainment studio.
Yep.
And if you'd like
And
to
it's
find
hot.
us, and
And
it's
it's super
really
hot.
friggin' hot, and if you'd like to find us online,
Can I take my shirt off yet?
We are nice
Sure.
nipples. We are
couldn't
presently
get
uploaded on No Names, No Places.
Yeah. We need to get to
on
100 subscribers
YouTube.
to have a custom link. So, subscribe, everybody.
Yeah, everybody subscribe because we don't have a custom link yet. So I was actually gonna
very
read
important.
out the link, but like we shouldn't do
Yeah.
that. That's gonna be too
Yeah.
complicated.
/U, capital UCN.
Yeah, no, stop
Not
there.
happening.
Alright,
No.
that's enough.
Not happening.
That's enough.
No, yeah.
But yeah, no, that's hair, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
wow, we
well,
just-
it's a
First
hairy
half.
episode.
yeah. I think that should be the description. It's a hairy
It's a
episode.
hairy episode. Yeah, yeah.
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 Yeah. So second half of the episode, do you guys want to stick with hair? 'Cause it's kind
Well,
of
no, I got something
It
that I'll
is pretty
bring
neat,
up.
but
How much-
we'll swap off.
Want to swap off?
Kevin,
All right.
Kevin's got
Okay,
something, but how much
so-
can you talk about hair?
So
Yeah,
yeah, I know. I
that's
was
okay, we'll
gonna
swap.
I was gonna continue the conversation with but that's for another time.
Another
Yeah.
time.
I mean,
What do you got for us, Kevin? Like,
Well, are we gonna
what's
take
on
it? Are we
your-
gonna
what's
stop
on your
here or?
mind?
Like,
No, that was
No,
it.
no,
That
we're
was the
gonna
halftime.
continue. That was
oh,
a
halftime.
show.
Oh, halftime. Okay.
Halftime show now.
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
Britney
right
Spears
here.
came out and everything.
I mean, I don't know if
performance.
like I want to bring it back to Japan, but I was talking to Cameron about this and how they're removing Airbnb. Airbnb, like they're having a ban on Airbnb in Japan.
We can talk about that in
Yeah.
general.
Yeah.
Because your dad's going to Japan because of this, right?
He's going back to Japan next week because it's gonna pass in June.
Right,
It's gonna
that's
pass like a couple
Whoa.
weeks.
Okay.
So they're getting
Yeah.
rid of it, and they're getting rid of it quick.
Now, do
There-
they
yeah.
have reason for it?
Well, it's there's all like money, like the
Money.
hotels business have their hands in the government,
Oh, I see.
and
Okay.
so they don't the hotels they don't want Airbnb
Because it's a huge thing in North
Yeah.
America.
yeah it's
like,
it's
it's
it was a
massive.
huge thing in Japan too when we went to Japan, and we would go to like Airbnbs all the time, right?
Right.
Airbnb is like,
It's where Cameron found his favorite cereal.
oh my gosh.
Was
Do
it?
we have to get into?
Speaking of which, you can check that
speaking-
in the drawer in the desk on the other side.
We'll get to
We'll
that.
get to that later.
Well, Airbnb is like the Uber of hotels.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
so convenient.
Fair. Yeah.
It's because I mean, if you want to take it back, obviously we use Japan as an example, but Airbnb and Hostel World and kind of Expedia,
Expedia works too.
where's like
Expedia.
this-
Expedia has
this-
hostels too. Yeah,
I had
Yeah.
no idea.
yeah.
it was great. Like
They don't advertise that.
we were
yeah.
we
that's where-
were
They have hostels
we're
as well.
on the train platform going to our next destination,
Oh yeah.
and we ordered a place to stay.
Oh yeah. I know. I love Expedia because you can
it's
book a
so-
place the day of.
The day of, like
Or just-
3 hours in advance.
Yeah.
For where were we when we got stuck and the train? There was no more trains, so we had to book a thing.
That was in northern.
Was it
Japan.
Aomori?
Yeah, Aomori. Yeah.
So we had to book something 3 hours in advance, and we found something
Oh yeah, because we missed our
Wow.
train. and we're
because
like,
we
"Oh,
missed the
shit, yeah."
train.
Right.
And then
But that's the kind of thing. That's the kind of traveling that we did. But with
Mhm.
Airbnb, they make it so easy and simple, and
yeah, you get like really nice places too, right? Because they're
unique.
people. They're
They're local.
They're local, yeah. And
Yeah.
you get to like that local experience, right? Also, another thing is like if you're traveling with big groups, like if we're all going together, we don't want to get a hotel room,
No.
right?
No.
Airbnb, you can rent like somebody's apartment, someone's house,
yeah.
and then you just stay there. Like if you're going with a whole family, it'd be so much easier to
Sure.
rent one place. Everybody stays there, because Airbnbs like you can have like bunk beds and
Yeah,
like
yeah,
6-8 people sleeping in one
Yeah,
place.
I'm all for Airbnb, man. I love
so-
the whole platform, and I love the system, and I like how it's structured and everything. And
And
I
that's
s-
it.
I still get emails from Airbnb saying
There you
you're
go.
gonna come back to Japan. Like, thanks. Like, I know you're caring about me, but I don't have the money. Like, I'll be
Yeah.
there. I'll come back soon. But thanks for thinking about me. Airbnb. They're wholesome people
Yeah,
over
so
there. Yeah.
It's
But what? So answer me this though. Like, because you're talking to your dad earlier on Monday, and what
mhm.
wasn't there something about like yeah, they're getting rid of the whole Airbnb thing, but
Oh no!
if you're a detached home,
Yeah.
you can get a hotel license.
Oh.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, well, yeah. So they're not really, they're like pretty much banning Airbnb, but they're not technically not getting rid of it, except that you just have to have a hotel license. You have to
Oh, so
pretty
they're
much own a hotel.
They're pulling
if
a
you want.
Texas, what they did with Uber.
Yeah, so they're keeping Airbnb.
What did they do with Uber?
So Texas kicked out Uber.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was a whole conflict with the drivers and their licenses and fees and stuff like that. So they're
Mhm.
just like, get out
Yeah,
of our state.
they did that in Japan too with Uber.
Yeah,
took
so
it.
Lyft came in, and Lyft just stole all the business because no one was in that market.
Mm.
And then after a bunch of bills and regulations, they're like, all right, you can come back now. But you have to have like certain
Yeah.
licenses and agreements and stuff like that. And it's so...
Yeah, it's
that
really
market
stupid,
is... It's
But-
so fascinating.
The thing is with when you have like, because now my parents, cause they had like a whole Airbnb business in Japan, right? So, now like, now when you have to get a hotel license, what comes that you have to have a fire marshal come in to inspect your place. You have
Really?
to have like exit signs and a fire escape route.
Mm.
You have to
Mm.
have all those like safety things in there if you want to have a hotel license. You also have to like,
Because it's a hotel now.
you have
It's
to pay
not...
like $5,000 or something to get people in, to hire all these people and to get a license. So
Do you have to have a receptionist? Like, does there have to be a desk?
no, well, I think you have to
Like,
also
what
you have to
you
also
know-
scan their passport now. Like you have to
Wow.
get their passport. You know how like when we went to hotels, they scan your
Yeah.
passport. Yeah, you have to do that. So like my parents trying to think of like,
But
oh,
it
how-
takes
how
Gain
does
a
away,
it-
passport?
like it takes
Yeah.
away from the
It's weird.
experience. Like
yeah, now it just
when we
becomes
were
another
in
hotel.
yeah. It's like why would you want to put like a fire exit signs in your
where
home?
were we?
No, no.
Exactly.
It's like, what the hell?
Sendai.
Sendai? Yeah, it was a
We
hostel.
that was a hostel in Sendai. The whole, like the experience of like showing up and doing this puzzle to get the key,
Oh yeah,
and,
like the
like,
locks. And
getting into the house, and then having the sign on the door that said Cameron-san, welcome, or whatever, and then
Oh.
going through the house and finding your room and unpacking, and then
they had a pool table. And
pool table in the
Yeah.
basement.
Wow.
It's like losing that experience. You're missing out, and these
Yeah.
are local people. So, and there's other people there too,
Mhm.
right? That you
Sure.
can talk to and that you can play with
Yeah.
and whatever. We played pool, but you also lose a little bit of a local experience because sometimes I don't really want to go down to the reception desk and ask someone who's paid to be there, where's the best sushi place?
Oh, I know.
I want to
Yeah.
know from somebody whose experience is going with their family to go get sushi.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sure.
Right. So
Mm.
it's sort of, you kind of miss out on that. And you did mention the whole thing about me, discovering my favorite
yeah,
cereal.
favorite.
but
So also the thing about like that too, like that was an apartment, right? And what they're saying
Which
is
one?
that if you the apartment we stayed in
with
Sapporo,
in Sapporo, yeah.
you also you can't rent your apartment now. like unless you own the whole building or the whole floor.
Right.
Oh.
If it's so like that's why they're saying, like, my dad's saying, like, more than half like all the people on Airbnb, they're just gonna lose everybody,
Right.
right? Because no one wants to pay like $5,000 to hire all these
Yeah,
people.
I wouldn't.
They don't want to, you know,
Sure.
people, they just want to make a few extra bucks, right, and renting their place. And
Right.
the thing is, it's going to be really bad because, you know, the Olympics are coming soon in Tokyo, and how the hotel is going to be
Oh.
accommodating all these people.
Yeah, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, it's going to be a mess. And they did this in June probably because of the summer, right?
Sure.
Like summer holidays,
Yeah.
people are going to come to Japan. So I was like really pissed off at that. I'm like, that's so stupid.
Now, I've never stayed in an Airbnb altogether,
Mm-hmm.
but has anyone stayed one here locally?
Yeah. Well, I mean, my
haven't,
sister
but-
has an Airbnb here in Baullingston.
Right.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine who actually just recently stayed in an Airbnb in the city.
Oh,
In the city.
Is
Huh.
Airbnb is also really convenient for film shoots. by
Like
the
in
way.
I would imagine,
Like
yeah.
in the
Yeah, no,
ci-
I understand.
the city
Yeah,
of Baullingston.
Yeah.
Sure.
You catch my drift.
I understand.
Mhm.
I actually almost worked on a project that used Airbnb to get their location,
Yeah,
which
that's
is
here, yeah.
which is
Wow.
pretty neat. But
It
the
is.
thing is that you still have to be open and honest with the person that
Yeah.
that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
of
And
course.
you have to tell, and you still have to get the location agreement signed and everything.
Mhm.
So you have to remember that
Yeah.
in this industry that paperwork is very important.
Yeah,
So you
we
can't
had-
just order an Airbnb and go and shoot like it's a private
Right,
location.
right.
Yeah, we had to, for when we did a shoot too. We got a house in West Baullingston, where we had to like our Airbnb like a house. We own it, the homeowners were
Yeah.
there, and so they were just watching us film.
Oh,
But,
no.
yeah, it was for 2 days. We got a good deal too. So
That's good.
That's good. That's
My
awesome.
only interaction with Airbnb is through my cousin and my sister, as they actively lie to be like, "Oh yeah, we just want to rent it, but we're not totally throwing a party or anything
Oh.
like that."
Of course.
Yeah.
yeah.
So that whole awful side of
Yeah.
what happens on that market,
I mean, I'm
Um,
sure the people at Airbnb know that happened. Right?
Yeah.
they figure it out pretty quick.
Yeah.
And if they don't, then they definitely know the next day. So
yeah.
Yeah, and if any Airbnb people are listening to this podcast, we totally support your business,
Yes,
and we would love
completely.
to.
Are they
To-
private or public? Sorry to interrupt.
I
it
don't know.
might be private.
I think they're still private as a business, but I
Fuck.
could be wrong.
Yeah.
Again, you know what? We would love to make a deal with Airbnb and support Airbnb, and this podcast is
Shelling
not
out.
is
Not
not
sponsored.
sponsored by Airbnb, but
No.
if it was,
Private?
we
I don't think
would,
it
we
looks
would
like it.
love
I think
to
they're still private.
do
Yeah.
a shtick.
If it was public,
It's
Do,
a service.
yeah,
It's
it's a
just
service.
rare for services to be public.
Just say Airbnb is it public? Because I would totally put stocks into that, bro.
It's public.
Fuck.
Yeah, I won't go
Yeah.
public.
This year.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, as soon as they go public, they're gonna be really good on the stock market, I think.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, because I'm actually in the stock market, so
Oh,
you have to understand.
how's
something.
that going?
Oh yeah.
It's going quite well actually, because
What do
weed's a
you-
Oh, yeah, that's a
and
great
for somebody who
point.
doesn't smoke, it's easy to make money off. of.
Ton of money.
So
Yeah.
what do you use an app to
I do it all online.
invest in the
Okay.
so what do you use? How do you do it?
So I set up it's called a direct investing account. You can talk to your banker about it. And pretty much what happened was I went to my bank, and we set it up. Long story short, we set it up. I did it like you can do with can we say like RBC?
You can say
I
companies.
guess
Okay.
RBC
Company,
RBC with they have like a practice account. So I did that for a little bit. They give you like 100,000. It's fake, but like the market still moves as if it was real.
Sure.
So they give you just to test it out. I did that for a bit, and I thought I was ready, so I opened up my own. And basically what it is like you go online baking. I'm pretty sure I can do it with the app, but I do it mostly online on my computer because I'm home most of the time. And the market's open from 9 to 4. And there's a certain way of doing it because each stock has a symbol. And like, for example, Facebook stock symbol is just FB.
Sure.
So if I want to, I go to like place an order. I go buy. I say how many shares I want. I type in FB under the U.S. market because there's a U.S. and a Canadian market, and it sucks because if you're Canadian buying U.S., you lose quite a bit of money on
Like 25%.
exchange rate.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like how it works out in terms of buying and selling. And then there's other options that you can do too, where it's like I did it with weed actually, where I put in I said if it drops below $26 or is $26, then buy this amount.
Right.
So automatically, as soon as it hits that point, boom, I just bought this many shares in that.
Oh.
So you can do that.
That's pretty cool.
I
Very
know
neat.
that there's I can't remember what the app is called, but I could pull it up on my phone. I don't have it, but someone recommended it to me. I know there's this app actually as well that has a roster of companies that you can invest in, and you just go through the app. You open up the app, you say how much money you want to put in, you connect it to your credit card,
Right. Yeah.
and then the way that they fluctuate, the company that has this app regulates it for you, which is pretty neat. I don't think it's through your bank, but you got to connect your
Because you can
got to connect your debit card in case there's flow
Right.
of money, you're
Mm.
losing or gaining money.
So it's the thing too is you can either you can open up saving accounts. I think they're called saving accounts, like.
Yeah. I need to open.
And
up
it's
one of
like
those.
stocks, but instead they have like a professional
Yeah.
that buys a set of stocks.
You just give
Yeah,
them a bunch of
It's an
money.
index of stocks,
Yeah.
and then TFSA, tax-free
TF
savings account. is one of them.
tax-free savings account is
There's-
one of them.
There's a bunch of different ones where it's like
GICs. There's
Yeah.
Yeah. There's all kinds of stuff.
I have a TFSA and a GIC.
yeah,
so
yeah, I do as well.
Wow.
But yeah, so I've been in that.
But those are significantly lesser
Less money. Yeah.
percentages.
Yeah. So like that's the thing too is like you can either if you're not comfortable with it, you get a professional to do it. But then on that point as well, you can also do like you can also be risky in that field because you can tell them to do like only focus on U.S. markets or only focus on Canadian or only do EU or whatever. Right. There's a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
Right. And then so like when he was showing me, there was charts that would show like what happened and that sort of thing. But some of them are more safer, some of them are risky. But that's the thing. It's like if you want to make money, you got to go risky.
Right.
Mm.
And that's the thing too. Like even today, like so I have weed stocks. It's pretty much known. I already told all of you.
And all of our viewers, Joseph,
I have weed
Chiappetta
stocks.
has weed
You
stocks.
heard it. You heard it here.
I had
first,
85
folks.
shares. I had 85 shares, and it went up to 38, and that was nearly a 40% gain.
Wow.
It was a lot of money that I got. But that's the thing is like that's the scary thing is like okay, looking at what's happened in the past, do I sell a little bit now, hope that it goes back down and buy again, or wait? And that's that's the risky part because I
It's
could
a
have sold-
waiting game, man.
It's scary, but I'm gonna take the safe route and just like a lot. I'm just like because eventually,
Sell all.
yeah, eventually like you will make money through dividends and through just like markets go up, and then eventually you'll whatever.
Yeah.
Market as
No,
pretty
it's
high.
I've-
as
definitely-
time.
I've
It's
been into it a
interesting.
lot.
It's a fluctuating business.
Mhm.
It's a whole thing that I feel like I should become invested in.
Yeah,
in,
no,
like,
me
some
too.
way.
Yeah, I'm thinking like I gotta
Honestly, I just sit on money, and then after I hit a certain threshold, I'm like, all right, throw it into savings.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, I don't want to be able to touch that money. Like, just
Yeah,
lock it
yeah.
away. Just take it from me.
yeah. I've had that's why I started doing it was because like my mom just came up to me like, yeah, you have money you're not spending. You should probably put it in an account. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly.
'Cause
That's
she's
exactly
a banker,
it.
so she
Oh, okay.
That's
That's a
she-
good way in,
she,
definitely.
Yeah.
she set me up. Shout outs to her.
I had to
Wow.
set up my own account at like 15. I walked into a bank. I'm like, I need an account. My parents won't help me with anything.
Yeah,
I don't know what to
well,
tell
okay.
you.
oh.
But that's no, I honestly it's weird because it's like I've never been very business oriented, and I always look in high school especially. I always looked at people going to business class like, look at those punks. You know?
Right, yeah.
That is
Yeah.
just something about it. Is like I never wanted to get into it. I found it was stupid and that sort of thing. But then at the same time, like I have some weird understanding of economics and how things work,
Yeah.
and I have a little bit of interest in it. But you'll never see me in school for it.
Right.
I would
Yeah.
never.
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
It's a hobby.
It's the same with
That makes you money.
me. It's like
Mm.
you'll never see me in school for this kind of shit, but
Yeah.
I'll invest in it for sure. And
Yeah.
I'm
Something.
yeah.
Yeah. Like I tried like starting a little bit too on it, but it seems interesting and something that I should probably learn.
Yeah.
Because there's a whole, but to go back to stocks just for a little bit longer, is like there's a whole nother dynamic to it, but people don't realize is like people who hold a lot of shares can influence the market themselves.
Right.
Like the people on top can be like, all right, I'm gonna sell this many shares, and then everybody, like, let's say like me, who have like less, they're gonna see that it dropped all of a sudden, and they're gonna be like, oh, what the fuck, it's dropping, sell. Then they're gonna start selling, and it drops the price,
And
the
then
price.
they buy low.
And then the people at the top who just sold a bunch because they have so much invested, they now buy all that at a lower price, and everybody at the bottom, or everybody who sold, kind of got fucked over because now. That sort of thing, but like that's the thing is like you gotta play that game and not
You
get
gotta play
tricked.
the game with the sharks. Yeah.
Wow.
You gotta play it's a game. It really is like a game.
Yeah.
You can't be fooled. Like
Everything's like a
Warren
game.
Buffett is
It's all a game.
Yeah, everything's
snake. No, I'm kidding.
It's like I want to go home and watch Wolf of Wall Street now. I don't know.
Yeah, Wolf.
But,
The Big Short was also a good movie too.
Oh, The Big Short's excellent. Yeah.
You saw that?
Yes, I did.
Have you
yeah.
seen that?
No.
Oh, it's a good movie.
Sorry.
My screenwriting teacher once said that one
I
of the most
like- I-
difficult things to show on screen is financials. It's numbers.
Yeah, but they did.
But
They did
The
a pretty
Big
good
Short
job
does
on
an
it.
excellent job of doing it.
Yeah.
Of it.
That's
And,
cool.
I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of them like, what is all this language?
yeah.
And then, but
But
like they did a
way
good
that
job
they-
explaining it
That's
though.
good.
The way
so-
that they explain it is very neat.
yeah, it's
for sure.
hilarious. You should see it. I
Yeah,
recommend
definitely
it. Yeah.
should.
It's about.
You watch a lot of things. I just don't got time for it.
Yeah.
Like even after this podcast, I've already booked my time like, with other people. I'm like, oh lord.
Oh, no.
What are you doing afterwards?
I meet up with more friends.
Nice.
no.
Yeah.
Wait, tomorrow or after
Nope.
this?
Right after this.
Oh, Jeebus.
Like I don't even know
Yeah.
what time it is.
I probably gotta go to bed. I got a
10:30.
I got a fitness test
my
tomorrow
God.
at 9 in the morning.
Fitness test.
Fitness.
My
test.
my haircut's
Oh,
at
your fitness
8:30,
test.
so I don't know what I'm
Huh?
gonna do. I
Fit
might just go
for
home and watch a
refereeing.
movie or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
So where are
Well-
we at? We're
Well,
gonna be
we're
about an
at
hour
47 minutes.
47. I was off at that.
But
that
yeah,
time.
you're
So,
you're pretty eager. I mean,
I'm tired, so I'm just gonna
oh
do a
man.
thing. I'm just gonna do a thing. Let's do a little thing.
Let's do a little thing. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
a
do a
little.
little dance.
So, how's everybody? Like, we
Uh,
kind of came into these episodes just not doing the how are you question. How's it going, Vincent? How are you? Like, you're pretty.
Oh.
Backwards podcast, hey.
Well, we did the hair thing.
You know, you're hot. You know, temperature wise.
Temperature.
Very,
Temperature
very
wise.
warm in here. It's actually getting a little bit better.
Yeah, no,
now
yeah,
that the
like
sun
it's
is
cool,
completely
yeah.
gone.
But work's been good.
Work is work. Work is
Yeah.
work is I wake up at 5 to 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
Roll over and pick up my phone, and then in our group chat, text my bosses, "Morning, I'm up. What do you need me to do?"
Yeah.
And I do that all the way up until probably like 5:36 at night.
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that's me every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. And Joseph, what do you got going on? Like, how was your week? What was your 4-day week this week?
I was pretty shit. I'm gonna be honest.
God, that was
Yeah.
this week.
I don't want to get too much in depth. Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
Yeah.
of bad things.
Oh no.
Oh.
But
What with like the game?
Eh.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Nah, it's just like you know, like I haven't been in school, that sort of thing. Just kind of been working, and it's like you feel like after a while, like things are gonna eventually turn around, and then you hit. I wouldn't say you hit a new low, but it just kind of you reset. You know, it's like fuck.
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought things were gonna go well, but
That's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
me.
I
that's
see.
pretty
this
much what
whole year.
happens. That's what happened these last couple of days. Is like I thought things were gonna go well, and then like nah.
Yeah.
That's like me every
Wow.
month.
No.
Ever since I've been out of school.
But that's without going into detail. But
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
I'm
we have
sorry
to.
to
We
hear.
don't-
We're still
sorry to hear about that.
we still
Yeah.
got.
You know, that's kind of these podcasts really bring me up. Like they elevate my soul,
yeah.
Yeah.
kind of thing. Like I don't know
like
about
this talk. Soul there.
you know. I don't know about you guys, but when you
Really
put a
hit it hard.
microphone in front of somebody, they really start talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start-
No.
And,
Yeah.
and Kevin, what about you? You've been editing a video this.
Well, I've been editing a video, and
whole
this whole
day.
week I've been thinking about this podcast, and
Yeah.
we finally have matching microphones, and
Yeah, we got matching.
I mean,
we're
it's-
matching
it's
today.
something that
somewhat.
I've been making
there.
logos and the
We're
banner.
twinning.
It's something
We're
that I
A lot of work.
care about. So
Yeah, you've been doing a lot of work. That's good.
yeah, it's
it
I
looks
think
great,
this is a
too.
really cool thing that I
Love
really
that
enjoy
font.
and love it.
Good font.
It is a
Yeah.
great.
We're looking
font.
at the banner on the YouTube page right
Took me
now.
a
You
while.
gotta you gotta send me that font so I could use it somewhere else, and then.
Yeah, it took me a while to find. Well, actually, I sort of distorted it a little bit. to make
Okay.
it like that,
Hmm.
because it was based off of I did like a whole bunch of sketches trying to design the logo.
Didn't
But-
you make your own font the one time?
I don't think so.
Who was that? I remember somebody like wrote their own font out on like a paper.
Oh, I'm not that good with.
Calligraphy. And
Yeah.
all
Oh, I'm just
calligraphy,
gonna turn my writing into a font. And it's gonna suck.
Oh,
But it's
yeah.
gonna be better than Comic Sans.
that. Can't
I'm
even
just gonna
read.
turn my writing into a
So-
font. It's just gonna be named like fucking shit. Shit.
Yeah.
That's what shit font.
Shit.
Yeah.
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 Oh, that's a nice breeze.
Yeah, that's a
beautiful.
nice breeze.
That is a nice breeze.
That's beautiful.
Well,
But we can end it up.
I've been pretty good.
You've been pretty good host.
I've been pretty. Thank you.
Very good host.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But yeah, China. No, okay.
China.
No. I've been pretty good. I've been going to work every day. Kind of the routine thing. Sort of similar to what Vincent was saying. Is I get up at around 5:30.
Yeah.
Find yourself rolling out of bed, and then depending on the day, you're showering, you're doing your routine in the morning, maybe having a coffee or tea, whatever you feel like, having breakfast, making your lunch.
Yeah.
Heading out, and then it's a day at a production company in the city, and then I come back, and I like you, Kevin. I've been looking forward to this podcast all week.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Remind me for next time.
What?
Books.
Ooh, books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as a topic,
Size
or you're
11
bring
and a
books?
half
No, as
books,
a-
right?
No, as a topic.
Oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
in all the chaos of the 5:30 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night work I do,
Yeah.
like in the little gaps where I'm in transit or something like that, just been
Mhm.
reading all
Oh,
the time.
I
It's
can talk about
really
books too.
damn good.
Yeah.
So next time,
like
Yeah.
we're starting off on books.
Alright.
this that's a great idea. But in order to start off on books, you got to host. So that's what Vincent.
You're a host
That's
next time.
there's the
Damn it.
plan.
Yeah, there we go.
In transit, I've actually been listening to podcasts, and music is the key to my soul. But
right.
I agree.
but I've been listening to podcasts a lot on transit, and it's this just doing this on a regular basis. Like I think Fridays at this time is a pretty good sort of schedule.
Yeah.
But it's just I've been looking into podcasts a lot, and it's really getting me excited, and I feel sort of what Joseph was saying about kind of having a low, and not a low during the day, but like when I get home, I feel like I'm so tired that I'm useless and I can't do anything, and but this really kind of brings me up.
Right.
Yeah.
And
No,
this
like-
is something to look forward to at the end of the week.
Like I was saying, like I wasn't in the best of moods, and like even I was at home, I didn't really even feel like coming today. I'm not gonna lie, but
that might have been me.
at the end of the day, I knew this was gonna be good. Like shut the fuck up and get out there, because it's gonna be fun.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah, that's who I am.
So
That's good.
I
I
like
know- I know- I
when
don't-
we're always having a topic or something, like we're like, oh, we got to share it for the podcast.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Right.
some kind of conversation.
Yeah, and it's something to push towards, like it's
Right.
something to, and like I said before, putting a microphone in front of somebody really encourages them to talk, and
Yeah.
Well, Booze does that too.
yeah, surprised I've been high and drunk all night, so
Oh,
kidding,
Wow.
but
Well, that's why I really enjoy and care about this podcast. So
yeah,
I
me
think
too,
I
me
think we
too.
should actually make it a thing this time.
Yeah, let's do it.
Instead of once a year.
Oh, yeah.
We've already
Yeah,
done
we're-
more.
We've,
Yeah.
we've already done. What is this? We've
4.
done 2 today, and we did.
I think
two-
we did
two.
more
We
than
did-
last
We
year.
did 2
4
last
total.
time.
We did 4 in 5 days.
I don't think we did one last year. It was only 2016 was the last time we did.
Huh.
one.
Yeah.
Was it
That's
that long
nuts.
ago?
Yeah.
It felt like yesterday. Well, I don't say it
Yeah.
felt like yesterday, but like the last one we did.
Yeah, I
Was
don't
I
think-
there or you?
No,
Yeah,
we
you
in
were there,
School.
Yeah.
Wait, so if you were you there for the shoe size 11 and a half? Like a
Mm.
while, like
I
when
think
it
he
first
was-
came up?
Joseph
that
came
2 years
to
ago?
take your place because you couldn't
Right.
come. So Joseph came.
So then
I
the,
thought he
the
was-
shoe
I remember
size
him being
11
there,
and a
though.
half was 2 years ago, not a year ago.
Did we
Buddy,
ever
I
have
don't
5
remember
people?
yesterday.
Who's the?
That's a
who's the
different
other one?
topic.
What day is it, Vincent?
I mean, if you were here with Cameron,
10:30 at night. That's all I got.
How many? Who was in the last podcast? The last before the
Well,
before the 4.
I think it was our first day of university.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I remember
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about that. We were all here.
Yeah, he was there.
Oh, okay.
He was.
The
It was 4
outside
of
one?
us.
The one outside?
Yeah, the one outside was. I know
No.
that when we
That was
first.
the one.
I
like
didn't do
that
the
one.
I
When
didn't.
we first brought up shoe size in 11 and a half, it was the outside one. 'cause
Oh.
I
Okay.
remember right
Oh,
you
that
guys,
makes
you
sense.
must have done another one after, because I think
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were
We did.
we were talking about our experiences after
Oh,
a
okay.
Yeah.
couple
Oh,
of weeks
yeah,
of
yeah,
school.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I remember. We
Yeah,
were talking
yeah, yeah.
about school for sure. So that
Oh, yeah, the outside one was we're talking about.
that's got to be
Yeah.
3 years ago.
Two and a
Yeah,
half-
jeez.
two and a
Two and a
That's
half.
a while, yeah.
2.5.
That's
No
a long time
idea.
ago.
That's nuts.
That's
That's
not
like
so,
when I first. This is when we first.
So
started
we're
school,
reaching the end now.
yeah,
I guess.
57
Is it?
minutes.
Yeah.
And so, I'm just gonna close out by saying, I don't know about you guys, but I just started watching a series on Netflix called Lost in Space.
Oh, I saw
Lost and
that
Blessed.
the trailer.
So you saw the it was pretty. It was neat.
Is that
Like,
your
it was-
recommendation for the week?
I'm gonna say that check it out. Check out the pilot. The pilot episode. As you guys know, I'm a bit of I'm a film student, so I do producing and screenwriting, and this was a very interesting example of experimentation in the art of screenwriting. So how they start the episode and how they end the episode and everything in the middle just sort of breaks traditional screenwriting, and it's they put a lot of trust and faith in the audience and specifically in the audience to stick around. So
Wow.
even if it's not your thing, I would suggest watching the hour pilot that they've got on Netflix. It's only one season,
Mm-hmm.
and check it out, see what you think. But that's gonna be my recommendation. If you guys have a recommendation, we have a couple minutes before I'm gonna close out. So.
No. I just finished season 2 of Better Call Saul. So, and there's
Hey,
no
nice.
season 3 on Netflix.
You know what? I started
what the
watching
frick?
Better Call Saul. I don't know why I stopped. I can't remember why I stopped.
Yeah, I started and stopped, but it's really good.
That's
like
good.
They did a really good job. It's like Breaking Bad.
It's like yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Joseph, do you have a recommendation for the week
I don't really.
other than invest in stocks, weed
Uh,
in particular?
oh, fucking go for runs.
Yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh
so
yes.
let's say like I was saying, I was going. I'm doing a.
I haven't done it, but
nobody-
I know it's
You
good.
don't have to know, but I'm doing a fitness test tomorrow, whatever. So I've been trying to get into shape too, so I don't fucking fail.
Right.
Yeah.
And I have to say, like, you really do feel better after running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well-
I know the endorphin. Like, is that what the endorphins?
You
What are
feel
they called? The little
Yeah, I know what you
feel
mean,
good
yeah.
yeah,
chemicals.
yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Those definitely like,
Dopamine.
dopamine.
You feel better
You feel better,
about an hour after your run.
but even then though, like just going out and just
Yeah.
Where do you run?
Around neighborhood.
I
Okay.
just do like a 3.k run. Like
Okay.
I did had a route in my head,
Nope.
and I checked afterwards, and I was like, okay, that's 3.1k, and I just kind of like, I time myself each time because it's like to see the improvement, and like that's
Mhm.
another thing too you like to see is improvement in yourself.
So you going for speed or distance?
Well,
Or just,
Just-
maintenance? You
just-
know,
just
something like that. Why did I say that
endurance.
weird?
just endurance really, it's what it is.
Okay.
But like to say, because the reason I time myself is because I know the first couple times I'm gonna start walking. Right. So
Yep.
when I look at my time, it just explains my pacing, how long it took me,
Until you hit your first walk break, right?
and then even just if it wasn't that I took a break, it was like how like what my pacing was like,
Mhm.
because you can slow down significantly from when you first start.
I do the same thing, but I can't do distance. I always go 2K, always, and I just try and go faster.
Yeah.
So, of course, at first, like, you get a bunch of little walk breaks that break you up, and
Yeah.
then I'm like, all right, let's go 1K straight, and then take, like, 30-second walk break, and then
Yeah.
run the rest. And
Yeah.
I push that further down the block, because I just go a block,
Yeah.
like a pretty big block, but 2K. So I just kept pushing and pushing until that break ended up in front of my house, and I'm like, well, now I don't need the break anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's see how quick we can get this
Right.
2K running. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the only way I can.
For
do it.
me personally, I'm more of a swimmer, so
Oh.
I do like running,
You should
but
come swimming.
more of a swimmer. So it's usually with my dad every Wednesday morning we go swimming, and
That's
we
nice.
try and
Oh.
do it 2 times a week if we can. But it's just generally around the transiting, and depending on what time you gotta get up in the morning,
Right.
sometimes you just don't roll out of bed. But
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big swimmer myself, and we usually go like 45-minute swim.
I should probably. do
And
that
you
too.
break that up with like you start with like a slow swim to get your muscles going, and then
Right.
you really take the speed up a notch, and then you finish with a slow swim, and it's kind of nice because as long as you eat afterwards, it feels really good.
Sure.
It
Right.
feels
So you have
really
breakfast
good, you know?
after you swim.
Well, I eat a
Can't
little.
do it before.
I eat a
You need
little.
energy.
I eat a
You need
little
energy.
snack
Yeah.
before I eat, but before I swim. But
Oh,
then
okay.
the breakfast and the
The
coffee
main
comes
course.
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So Kevin just signaled to me that we just hit an hour, and
Yeah. We should have like
um,
some kind of hand signal.
yeah, some you know.
I'm gonna.
like-
I think this is like the third time finishing this podcast in particular.
I'd be like this.
You
Yeah.
know what? It's fine.
When I go like this, that means 1 hour.
that means
or,
1 hour.
or
Well,
that
one
means-
last thing.
Hello.
I'm gonna recommend music.
Oh, okay. Let's
Oh
recommend
yeah,
something.
because-
another recommendation.
I live off music.
Oh, me
I
too.
can't go a day without it, or else I get really, really depressed. And it's
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, same.
So today is very loose formed rap,
Mm-hmm.
borderline spoken word. We're gonna stick with rap
Ooh, I love
as
spoken word.
as a title here. But Samsa is the name of the artist.
Oh.
He retired back in December. It's
Okay.
okay. Because his music lives on forever,
Yeah.
especially in the song "Haunt Me."
Oh,
So check that out. "Haunt Me" by Samsa.
all right.
Good
Well,
stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, check that out, everybody.
You got 2 recommendations tonight, so make sure
3.
that when you get back. 3.
Running.
running is
Ooh.
yeah.
Well, I thought
3.
Kevin also had a.
Did it? Yeah.
See,
Didn't you
4.
so I gasped earlier because I'm like, we should just all
do a-
recommend our own kind
yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should.
I was
totally.
gonna recommend a game, but I was like, I don't remember anything I played recently.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
like
give a shit.
maybe
So
next
I said-
time if you think of one.
That's why I said
We
running.
should
There you
totally
go.
recommend our own sort of
I
thing.
like it.
Yeah, for sure. Well,
Anyways.
yeah, no. So with all that said and done, my name is Cameron Thorpe, and you were listening to No Names, No Places. Vincent DiVizio, Joseph Chiappetta, and Kevin Reus join me tonight. It is May 25th.